It almost feels like we have more aggressive junglers than passive ones here in the LCK for this season, which generally makes for some really fun games. So very happy about that. Clid not to be left off of that list. Going to be going up against Dread, the battle of the aggressive junglers there in that matchup. A huge cheer as SKT gets announced to come to the stage. The Dream Team looking to add another win to their standings so far.
It's by having 9 members on the roster. The Dream Team we know is 5 members and 5 members only. Clid has maintained his spot, and Clid and Teddy, to me, have been the most consistent performers so far on the Dream Team lineup. Faker has had his moments, but also has had some little mistakes. Last we saw on that Urgot engage, for example, last time out, and Khan has struggled a little bit. Khan versus Keen. It was a hype matchup in 2018. It still is now, but even more than last year, you kind of give an edge to Keen.
Yeah, it certainly does feel that way, and definitely part of the reason why some people are saying that Afrika actually have a decent chance to win this matchup. You look at SKT, you look at their Dream Team lineup, you say, hey, it looks like they should be able to take this one, but Afrika not going to go down without a fight. Impressive top lane, super strong young mid lane as well in UCal. And I even heard some of the guys in the back talking about Aiming being one of the better, if not one of the best, 80 carries here in the LCK. We'll see if he lives up to that title.
Can Aiming go from being a capable 80 carry to matching Teddy and Mata in lane is a very different assignment. I feel like bot lane is the one that SKT has set out to carry from. And if SKT followed previous trends,
yeah, the Urgot makes sense. They can't exactly put all their eggs in the Galio Rakan basket. Urgot just a little bit too strong, which means that Afrika on the other side can easily pick that one up. Looks like they're going to do that. We have a new flex for Galio, was played in support in Game 2 of the first matchup, so suppose it could be there, but probably not. Still just a really strong pick.
Hey, you got to mention the stats when they're important. Elise support undefeated, Galio support undefeated, LCK 2019, baby.
Oh, no.
As the Camille left open, Camille also a multi-way flex. Previous Afrika Freaks support Tucson played it in the bot lane, but Camille Galio engages a guarantee for the side of Afrika Freaks. SK Telecom T1 looking to round out their first round. Could take an entire bot lane and start banning bot laners. Could also take a flex champion. Let's see what they want to pick up here for SKT.
Xayah, just to make sure they have that Xayah Rakan for the bottom side, is going to be selected for them. So they have the flex of the Urgot, which means that
Khan has played it in the top side, but they already have the Rakan, so we know it will not be a support Gragas. And look at this, a last-second flex. This is a jungle Elise. They're being considered here. Now, for Afrika Freaks, I actually wondered if Vladimir would be the lock-in here, because they already have Camille Aatrox, and they have a Wombo comp already. Vladimir, if you can get through laning phase, is great, but there's no Vlad Tahm Kench option. So you wonder how you can get away with a Vladimir against Xayah Rakan. They're really considering a lot of different ideas, Afrika Freaks. Marksman will be the more reliable choice because the laning phase could be tricky. They will finally settle on the Sivir. Unlikely to find a support that makes this lane too easy. You can consider the Braum to try to halt the Feathers. The Alistar will be the riskier choice, and the Alistar for just the god comp of Engage on the side of Afrika. Sivir starts shouting, and everyone else is clamoring to go for hard Engage.
Gonna be a fun one there for Jelly. He didn't look too confident about the pick.
Hey!
Oh, baby! Okay, Fiora comes out here into the lineup, and you could look at that for the top lane, but Fiora versus Galio, also a thing we've seen before. We'll see where these picks line up.
And every SKT fan would have been clamoring for Khan to return to one of his 2 legendary carry champions. They are Jace and Fiora. His Fiora God status was locked in for Longzhu Gaming. Will this be the matchup, Fiora versus Aatrox? First time I would have seen this match in professional play. Like you say, they have till 20 seconds, and Fiora versus Galio has been a pretty traditional mid lane matchup in the past. We won't see it here. It will be much more the comfort for Khan. Very excited to track this on the top side, and also 2 ganking junglers will probably be hightailing their way top side to try to impact a carry versus carry matchup.
Fiora definitely one of those champions that feels a lot better if you can get ahead early on in the game. Fiora's from behind struggle to find really any lane pressure to go for that split push, but oh boy, you take a look at this composition.
Oh.
It's balls to the wall. You're not going back with this kind of comp.
If they get a control ward advantage and you walk in front of anyone, At best, Sivir is shouting. At worst, 5 people are on top of your model, instant killing you. So much lockdown. However, what did SKT take from that? Fiora, that's not a grouping champion, that's a splitting champion. That hasn't been the impact so far of Khan on SK Telecom T1. They want some King Zone and Longzhu Khan in game number 1 of this series. It's going. No one can be caught. Speaking of getting caught.
There's the flash, and Faker in a ton of trouble right now. The easy first blood goes the way of Dread. Clean Camille gank for the first blood.
And Valdez, it's so reliable, so many different ways. A lot. They have a big streaming contract, you know, the money, the prestige that all brings. Africa doesn't scream and hides everything. So no scrims. So no public information at all, but here in the mid.
Oh boy, it's time to trade a kill as Galio is going to be put into death chamber by the Urgot. Nice follow-up play there by Faker and Klid to win a kill back to their team.
And still were able to play around the tendencies of UCAL of the past. Nicely, the enemy jungler, and a lot of spotting. They continue spotting now.
Nice cocoon here, should be flipped over the back. Flash is here for UCAL, gets the stun into the combo, doesn't even bother to get that one down, and Faker able to land it, gets the kill to Galio.
And man, wards can turn to so much. The wards in the early game allowed Elise to stay away, and 2 kills now on the mid lane through really good synergy between Klid and Faker. This is good to see, but here we go.
Well, they spot them coming in, aiming, taking a ton of damage, has to flash away from that one. Mata makes his way in with the grand entrance from downtown, and Dread in so much trouble now is going to be taken up. Nice follow-up cocoon here onto Jelly. Doesn't look like they'll be able to get much, but SKT so much room on the map. Even Teddy's pushing the bottom lane.
Exactly. This game's going to hell in a handbag so quickly here. They tried to make an aggressive pick, but the moment that the boomerang blade missed, they weren't going to have enough damage to turn. All of SKT is backing up their mid lane jungle duo. A Drake, turret damage, all to the benefit of SKT.
Everything feels good. Mid lane, a couple of very important ganks by Klid here onto UCAL. Bottom lane, because of that rotation, able to get a big win. They take out the first turret down there, and the second Drake as well. And then the top lane we were mentioning, Khan just winning that lane. It feels going very even on that Fiora who wants to scale.
This deep ward that you see UCAL now pathing over spotted Camille a moment earlier. That helped Faker not die. And then also was the reason this kill was academic. But actually clear vision, better than most comps on this patch, is under turret. Seems like Khan misjudged that one. Don't worry, guys. He's got Ravenous Hydra. Next anyway.
Oh, there it is. Mata finds 2. The Galio comes in, but Alistair goes down first, and they're looking for Dread as well. Keen and Khan both TPing in, but already 2 members of Africa are down. UCAL trying to do his best to fight up against Khan. Goes for the flash here on a Faker. But it's not going to go too well as Keen is going to be burst down. Could even be an ace, only aiming with no room to even DPS is left alive as SKT take out 4.
4 kills for 0, no deaths at all. SKT play that perfectly. Like we mentioned, with their sweepers, they can clear vision and actually make a proactive pick at 24 minutes around inner turret territory in mid. They have a lot of Baron damage, but a lot of squishies here. They'll trade tank it down. They'll get the Baron, and SKT open up a huge lead in game number 1. Start seeing 3 bad guys and trying to outplay. That's going to be the icing on the cake, as there's the Sivir ult.
Well, they got to make something happen, and they want Faker. He's so tanky, though. Keen just pops almost there on the backside. Jelly as well, super low, and Khan into the backside onto Dread. He's super low, but it doesn't matter. Double kill goes to Faker as Africa fall apart like a house of cards. And SKT going to easily take the victory here in about 28.5 minutes.
This is going to be a slaughter from the side of SKT. Excellent performance from them from level 1, from the smart wards they put down. The vision led the way, the players did the rest, and well-deserved victors in our first game of the series.
Mop the floor with them in game number 1, and the hype is real. We're all filled up here at the LOL Park. Lots of SKT fans going to be ecstatic with the way that game number 1 did go in the favor of SKT.
And it's with that swagger, the macro swagger and the micro swagger. It's the way they did it that should now to let us know that that calendar circling of the 31st of January seems pretty damn justified. Griffin versus SKT will be on the final match day of January. It can't be soon enough, Valdez, because it's great to see this Game 1 performance. And if SKT can back it up, maybe we do have 2 runaway hype trains to open up LCK Spring 2019.
Yeah. Down1 Gaming, a strong team. That's something that we see very often, and they just said, hey, we have the answer. And it's Khan on Fiora, it seems, looked really good in Game 1.
But you look at this answer key here, and you appreciate that SKT gave up a kill, because otherwise it looks like they're the spoilers, Valdez. The only thing they lost in this